Hey guys, it's Max. Today we're taking a look at the Brightcast LED bicolor panel. Now it's a very unique light. There's a few like it on the market, but this thing is high quality, it's flexible, which gives you a lot of different options, and you can detach the control panel and the battery solution from the panel itself. So if you need to hide it somewhere, put it in just some places where you normally couldn't put a standard LED setup into, it's very convenient. So this was sent to us by Kamerarar. I turned down most things that are requested to get sent here for a review. There's just a few items that I do take in, something that's very interesting that I could tell is going to be a good product, or if I've bought things and I own and use things from the brands like Kamerarar, then I'll accept it. So this thing was sent to us, and we're going to be giving this away a week from now on our Patreon page. So if you've been considering becoming a Patreon, for just a few bucks a month, you guys could do that. It helps us to make more videos, better quality videos, explore some different ideas, and it just helps us make videos like this one. So thank you guys so much. We'll have a link in the description where you guys could check that out. So it comes in this little round cylinder case, which is really nice. It's quite small, and I've already taken it out and we have used it. So usually it's wrapped up. So this is the main control panel. There's kind of like a Velcro material on here, and you have your standard mount if you want to put it on a like a light stand. And this is a V-lock setup if you want to use a V-lock battery. And then up here you have your on and off switch, a little panel, and then you have the option to dim it and then to change the color temperature. So this thing does have a variety of color temperatures. So you can have daylight, or you can have tungsten, or you can just go between. So if you're in a situation where you're just have mixed lighting, there's been some shoots that I've done where they have just such weird setups, like they don't even care, where you need a mix somewhere in between to get the right white balance. That's very convenient. So this thing is 250, I believe, 256 chips on there. So they're not actual LEDs, they're LED chips. And a lot of the LED panels, they'll actually have a variety, let's say 500 chips, but you'll only be using half of them at the same time, depending on what setting you have them on. So this actually uses all of them at the same time. So even though it's 256, it's going to be matching output-wise to panels that have a lot more actual LED chips. So as you guys see, here's the main panel here, and it's super flexible. And these chips do shine the light. The light output's very wide, so it's nice if you want fill. And then, say you have a subject, you can always do something like this and change kind of like the beam angle, get it to not spread as wide. And this is also sealed. Now this whole unit right here, it's waterproof. So if you're shooting outside in the rain, or doing something where you're out in the conditions, it's sealed, so you don't have to worry about that. Of course, this unit is not, and let's see, if you have a V-mount battery, it's not either, so you want to make sure that's protected. But this is, so that's very convenient as well. So you can adjust this to a variety of ways depending on what you want. So that is really nice. On the back here, you have the opposite, the Velcro mount. So if you want to connect it to this, or somewhere on the wall, or on a ceiling, or anywhere you need, say in a car underneath where your feet typically are, to shine up, you can form it and you can attach it somewhere. So this is the cable they attach to the control panel. It's like a mini XLR style cable. So you can get like an extension if you need it to be longer, if you need to put it somewhere further away from this pack. And that's where you connect it right here, the output side. So that goes to the panel. And then the input side, this one does come with the AC power, so you can just power it off like this. And then if you want to do like a V-mount battery, let's get the cable out here. You have this option. So the V-mount doesn't actually connect, doesn't have a battery plate. You use a D-tap that you plug in, and then you plug it into this control panel here. So you can get an extension, a longer cable, and I'll show you how this works. So we have that right there, and you can mount this to the control panel, and let's do like a simple setup. There we go. And now we have our battery on here. Hit the control panel on. There we go. We're at the maximum brightness, 255. And then we could dim it. So you have your color temperature readout here. I'll shine on the background. So 5600 or 3200 and anywhere you want in between. So you can fine tune it and you can have actual readout here so you know exactly what you set it to. And then on the output, dim it 0 to 255. And there you have it. The output is quite good. It is really wide. And these kind of chips I found them to be, I guess, if you want to say softer than actual little LED diodes. But you can get a softbox for this. There's a really nice collapsible softbox that's very inexpensive that they make that works perfectly with this. So I'll link that in the video description if you guys want to check that out. But very, very simple to use. There's a couple little cable kind of guides or tie downs that you can use if you want to make sure your cables aren't going loose. But nice and simple. And we actually used this on a recent interview shoot that we did in a warehouse. And it did have some mixed lighting. Unfortunately, the B-roll shots, the main shot went great, but the B-roll shots, the card corrupted, so we can't show you guys that, but you guys are getting a second angle here. So my biggest kind of complaint, and you know what, I think it fixed itself now, or it might be the other battery. So the actual locking mechanism wouldn't lock properly on one of my V-mount batteries. So I'd grab the V-mount battery and it would kind of slip off. But this one that I just got in actually locks really well. So my thought was it wasn't actually the panel, it was just the battery. Maybe it wasn't mounting as well or wasn't designed completely properly. But this one is perfect. No issues. I actually dropped the panel in the snow. Of course it's sealed, so that didn't matter, but all right, great. So very flexible, and if you guys have seen some other options that are on the market, they're a lot more expensive than this panel. So overall, I've been really happy with it. I've started to use some of these bigger lights that you guys will see some reviews on, bigger single LED chips. That you can put some really big modifiers. Right now, the main one I'm shooting with has a 48-inch softbox, so very, very soft light. So we'll be giving this guy away, and hopefully you'll find a good home. So if you guys are interested, check out our Patreon page, and about a week from now, we'll be doing a giveaway. Other than that, I think for the money, it's definitely worth it. The Cri rating, I believe it's higher than 96. So you're not going to get any weird tinting issues that you're going to have to correct. IP67 rated, and of course you have the different color temperatures. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll do my best to answer those, and make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you guys want to see more videos like this one, along with a lot of other gear reviews, camera reviews, some tutorials, stuff like that. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.